What is up, witches and wizards? Today we are at LeakyCon. We are here all 3 days. It's the first time it's in Chicago, 2023. There are celebrity guests, shows, classes, improv, plays, and we're going to check it all out. Come along.
The magic started as soon as we checked in. Everything was themed at the hotel. It was crazy to see so many people lined up early. We showed up 30 minutes before registration time, and there was already a huge line. It was so exciting to see so many Harry Potter fans there. I saw a couple podcasters I really liked who were in the Brookhart Project vlog that I watch all the time, and I was just so excited for this weekend. I was literally vibrating with energy, just jumping up and down, and this was the opening ceremony. Obviously, I was freaking out.
So this is the first year that LeakyCon is expanding again to include a lot of other fandoms. We've got a lot of other magical, fun things happening. You can look up their names yourself because we stand with tag. So yeah, lots of things. Elijah Wood is here. Sean Astin is here. Felton is here. Miltos. Let me tell you something. If you have not met or done the water dancing shop with Miltos, do yourself.
Amazing.
He's
so cool.
We're going to start off here in the marketplace. They've got official merch and lots of people here with pins, t-shirts, and everything. Let's go check it out.
You know we got to get a picture. Now, it turns out there were actually two marketplaces. So this was all in the North Marketplace, which was near the main stage. And this shop was so cool because they had so many handmade Harry Potter items, from hand sanitizers to candles, fanny packs. It was really a good wide array of things. And she was even showing me all her little potions. She was so excited about it. I was really excited about it too, because obviously Snape is our favorite character. We had to pop off. And then she was showing me all the jewelry and then these handmade lamps that she had. It was all a really impressive collection. Obviously, I'm a sucker for a niffler and a potion, so I had to show these. They also had a bunch of art of the different commandments that Umbridge puts up, as well as little treats that I didn't get because I'm gluten-free, but there was a lot of handmade stuff that I really wanted to get, as well as things that just looked really professional and fancy, and I was not expecting to see there. And they also had the Hand of Glory, which creeped me out, but I also loved. I was tempted to get some jewelry. I didn't end up getting any because I'm like, well, I might get it at some other places, but it was really the handmade things that drew me in. I knew I needed to get some art. I ended up getting some art because that was my priority for the whole thing. I do collect stickers, but again, I was trying to get things that I didn't think I would be able to get anywhere else. Pin boards are apparently a huge thing in pin trading. I thought that was only a Disney thing, but there were thousands of different, Pedro Pascal Daddy, have to give him a shout out, thousands of people trading pins that I was just really blown away. There were t-shirts too. And then this is when I did the Dumbledore's Armies of speed friending situation. These were some of the questions that we asked each other to bond over our love of Harry Potter for. Obviously, I felt very passionate about any of the Slytherin questions or about Severus Snape and Draco's redemption arcs. I had to talk about those. And it was really one of my favorite parts of the entire convention because you got into some really interesting conversations about it all. And it was just absolutely adorable.
We are about to do Dumbledore's Army of Friends, which is a speed friending event where you talk to people and get to know them, and let's see if I make friends. Just finished the friend meetup thing. It was so cute. We literally got friendship bracelets. I mean, look how cute this is. Oh my gosh, so precious. We got pencils, bunch of stickers. The people were so nice. My voice is almost gone now because everyone was just so sweet. We couldn't ask for contacting information because people obviously will get uncomfortable about that, but it was still nice to socialize with other Harry Potter people and just nerd out. It was everything. Now I have to find my husband because I did that while he went and wandered around, so let's hope we don't get lost. We've got a little bit of time. I think we're gonna get lunch before we head out to do the Sean Astin and Elijah Wood talk about Lord of the Rings. Let's do it.
Before we got lunch, we decided to check out the South Marketplace. This was full of a bunch of other vendors. These artists were so freaking talented. They made actual props from the Harry Potter universe, and I wanted to buy all of them, but they were very expensive, so I just like to look at them with my eyeballs. Then they had a bunch of signs that looked like they actually belonged in the series, and I tried to get as many names of the companies as they had. Some of them didn't have their names up and out, but I liked all of this little art. Look at all these woodworking sketches and everything that looks like it's actually good quality. It doesn't look like it's going to just fade away in 3 days. And then of course I had to look at artwork because artwork was really my priority for this whole trip. I wanted to get some good artwork that I could keep forever and that would be really precious. And I liked that they had stuff for cooking too. It was just anything you wanted, they had there. And I definitely got some art from this artist because she was super talented.
How fast are they going?
As we're taking a little lunch break, I figured I'd show you the ribbons I already got so far. So Dumbledore's Army of Friends, and what a beautiful place to be with friends I got from our little fan friend meetup. And then here I got these two cool Percy Jackson and Lord of the Rings ones from one of the vendors.
Welcome to the stage, the legends that are Mr. Sean Astin and Mr. Elijah Wood.
signature.
That is a beautiful picture that nobody else can see.
Oh, no.
That's just for you. That's a little treat.
Don't mess with Sean Astin. Isn't it funny that there's like a pretty large crowd in here, but none of them are sitting right in the middle up front?
No, they're too afraid.
I know. What are you nervous about?
They want to be out in a splash zone.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to get splashed.
So welcome. First LeakyCon for both of you.
It is.
And I'm sure it will not be the last. Once we get you in. And Sean has already accepted the ribbons into his right.
This is very cool. I've only got two. He's beating the shit out of me. So I got handed these two ribbons earlier at photo ops, which is so lovely, and I thought they were quite beautiful, but I didn't understand their purpose until I started seeing people with them attached to their badges, and they get quite long. And then I realized what game was afoot.
So none of mine are duplicates, but many of them are based in potatoes.
You win so far, Sean.
I win.
Yeah.
So look, as we say, ribbons will be accepted all weekend.
Oh yeah. Not a very scenic golf course. It was really cold. Remember we played a
Not
lot
scenic.
in front of the chateau.
I think it was quite scenic.
It was just a lawn on the side of a mountain.
There was sort of brown grass, but the mountains were lovely. I thought the mountains were lovely.
But it's a very desolate looking mountain.
It is a volcano. The desolation of the golf course. Intriguing. This one's pretty good. I'm pretty sure this is when they were bringing up a sushi platter. And they were saying that I could only have 3 pieces of nigiri. So I assumed a combative stance. That's what happened.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I remember that. Oh my god. All right. Well. Yeah, this is when I used to deliver cupcakes for people's birthdays. And in this particular case, it was at a pet store, and the mice had gotten out of their cages. And then I was surprised that there was a mouse nibbling my ear.
I think if you... I thought that's when you auditioned for Star Wars and you needed a tauntaun.
The most beautiful tauntaun that ever did live.
Oh, there's the wrong answer. That is the wrong answer.
Yeah.
Clearly the wrong answer. Okay, let's have the next one.
You notice, wait, go back for just a second. Wait, go back. So, you notice that she doesn't even look like she's carrying anything heavy. I've carried him up a desolate mountain. I can attest to the fact that it's not hard. Because no matter how much of that sushi he eats, it doesn't take.
Remember those times in that part of the vacation when we were up the mountain?
I remember we used to get teriyaki chicken.
Yeah, we did.
Like every day. It was the best.
It was really good.
Yeah.
We tired of the resort food after a while.
Yes, the resort food.
Does it really? The real answer or the wrong answer? Because the real answer is
both now.
pretty weird as well. So there's a great. I'll just give you the real answer because it's really fun. There's a museum that's really out of a couple's home in Pasadena. They've since moved it, but it houses the largest bunny collection certainly in North America, maybe the world. Yeah, I think so. That was in Austin, Texas, out in front of the Alamo Draft House, South Lamar.
It looks like you started your ribbon collection already, though, in that picture.
That was back when I smoked cigarettes.
Don't do that, kids.
What's that? Going to work at Google. Yeah.
Who wouldn't love Elijah on a scooter? I'm sure people were crashing their cars like, oh my god, that was actually not very.
Wow, you guys, that was absolutely incredible. Sean and Elijah were so genuinely nice. We were so close to them. I mean, they were genuinely like their characters. They made us laugh. They were cracking jokes. Really such sweet, sweet people. Now when I watch the movies, I'm gonna feel like they're just my buddies. Something I forgot to talk about. Back during the Speed Friend thing, there was one woman who said, you look familiar, do I know you from somewhere? And I had to do that awkward thing. I'm like, yeah, I make Harry Potter videos on the internet. So that was fun to be recognized, but also kind of awkward. I've read so much fan fiction about this man. There was no world in which I remotely considered getting this meet and greet, as it's what I spend on groceries in 2 weeks, okay? Hi, you're a human? I also am a human. So how did this happen? Well, at 2 a.m. last night, I saw that I had a text from my husband, right? Now, he sends me memes all the time, so I'm like, okay, sure. I went back to bed. This was at 3 in the morning, right? I wake up this morning, I'm like, okay, I'll read this text message now. It's a receipt for the ticket to meet him.
Step right up on it.
Good morning.
Ready. Beautiful. At this side.
Thanks, my dear. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you. Come on in.
You guys, just met him. It was awesome. He was shorter than I was expecting. No tea, no shade. But like, if I was at Hogwarts and he was coming up and be like, little ferret, like, do not come at me right now. Like, I could literally step on you. But he was also like, he was nice, but it was very fast. It was like literally we were on the meat factory, just going through, getting smushed.
To not be discouraged by the lack of views, especially when it comes to there's a video that you worked on for hours and hours and it gets a fraction of the views. That's something that you just off the cuff made in 30 seconds, and it can be discouraging for you to put that time and effort in, but really don't listen to that, because the people that did see that thing that you put effort in are the people that love and consume that content, and even though it's less of them, they will come back for that content in the future. And if you obviously enjoyed it enough to put 8 hours into it, so I think that is really worth it. And it's something that I've had to grapple with a lot, because some of the sketches that I've put so much effort and time into kind of got very limited, lacking views in comparison to me with a filter being like, who's my boyfriend? Nobody cheat on me with, like, people love that stuff. But yeah, when it comes to writing and like honing your craft, those things are really important, and those are the things that are going to get you far if that's what you want to do in future.
We just watched a little bit of the content creator panel, just talking about content creation and everything. It was so cool to Chanel and Em, and now I think we're just gonna hang out for a little bit until we have Chris Ratkin's variety show. Don't know what that's gonna be, but we're gonna find out.
I don't know. So, but this is basically, it's a fun-filled variety hour. We did something like this at the last LeakyCon. It was utter chaos, and I hope that it's going to be again this time, because that's when it always works. Another script from the support sponsor, and Mike Schubert! Now, various things are happening. For all the British people in the room, okay?
Yeah, I feel like this is a trick question, because honestly I don't know anything about Benjamin Franklin. We don't do American history at school. Like,
And he's not in Hamilton, so we just don't.
Oh, he is in Hamilton. It's Ben Franklin with the key and the kite. You see it, right? The conversation lasted 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, and then it was 8 minutes. We're gonna have a poster and we're gonna start and we're gonna float, but I'm gonna give it a chance. And I'm gonna finish there before I embarrass myself.
The variety show was absolutely wild. It was absolute chaos. Now we are in line to actually get a photo with the dancing master from Game of Thrones. If you remember him, he teaches Arya, what do we say to death? Not today. We have a picture with him. Then we're gonna take a little lunch break. Then we're gonna come back and get a picture with Sean Astin and Elijah Wood, which my husband surprised me with again. He surprised me with this photo and that photo and the Tom Felton photo. He's been amazing today. So we're gonna get that, and then we have an Elijah Wood interview to see. Crazy day. We got our photo. We actually got to talk to him more. He was so nice. He shook our hands. He was like, nice to meet you. We actually got to have a conversation with him, which was really cute.
So make a long story short, there is a sort of modeling and talent convention in Los Angeles called the IMTA. My mom, my brother, and I went out there I competed. There's all these different categories, but it's basically like a forum for which agents and managers can find new talent, kind of. I ended up meeting a manager who stopped me and asked me if I wanted to be an actor. I said, yeah, it sounded awesome. We were in LA, all of it just seemed so exciting and foreign and different. So we went up to LA to just sort of go for pilot season, which is sort of a time of year, kind of early in the year, where people just audition for TV pilots, right?
Broadway and get out.
Yeah, it's nuts, and everyone's just trying to get that golden ticket. Anyway, we went out for pilot season and just auditioned for commercials and stuff as well. And within my first 6 weeks, I got my first job, which was a Paula Abdul music video. Wow. Forever Your Girl. Yeah. And then from there on, I started working in film, small parts initially, and then larger roles kind of quickly. And I was just consistently working. So to your point, there was a point in time where I started to become recognized, but it wasn't overnight, it was very gradual. Like, I was just kind of consistently working, and then eventually people would recognize me, which honestly I'm so grateful for. By the time I came to something, the big saga, before I came to that, like, I had at least had some experience with being somewhat recognizable, so that wasn't like a shock to the system. It's a giraffe. Yeah, fuck it.
Fit check. I'm on the way to get us breakfast, but look at the fit. How cute are we? On sale at Target. Had this since like 9th grade. Bag secured, friends. This is the last day of LeakyCon. The game plan. You're gonna see an interview with Tom Felton talks about his life. Then we're gonna watch Pups, which is like a play parody about Harry Potter. Then the world is our oyster. We might go to the mall. We might go straight home because we're old. We'll find out, won't we?
One sad thing I will say is that even though it's mad expensive, it was $9 for a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. I've not had one of these in like 10 years since I've been gluten-free. They have a lot of gluten-free options here, so I'll take what I can get.
There are very few people, so I'm not even going to intro any more than that. Please welcome Tom Felton.
Sorry for the delayed entry, I was just trying to find the curtain. Are we having a fabulous weekend so far? It's good to hear. Do we have any Slytherins in the house? Alright, the rest of you can bugger off. Sorry. Flashback to the Death Eater. Okay, sorry.
No, very serious. What was it like growing up as a child actor in another community of actors?
I was very lucky that my time at magical school was equally matched with Muggle school. So I had sort of 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. So I was allowed to grow up as a normal Muggle, really. Despite the blonde hair, that got me into a bit of a, it was quite obvious to poke fun at. Yeah, sun's come out, I don't know. It's a bizarre one, but I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for. Actually, because Ed and I have been friends for a long time. Because I started following him when he had 3,000 followers on Twitter, and I bigged him up basically. Hence the reason why he hooked me up with tickets to see his gigs.
I was in line to ask him a question, but we ran out of time. If I had time, I was going to ask him what his relations with Alan Rickman, if he could put a song title to it, what it would have been. But alas, it was cool to get that close to him. My favorite part of his interview was him saying that someone apparently gave him a bracelet with their phone number on it. That's hilarious. So now we're going to walk around the marketplace a little bit, then go to a play.
We wanted to do one once through the North and South Marketplace one more time before we went to see the play. We ended up not seeing that play. We ended up going straight to the mall, but I wanted to show you the robe that Nate got. And we did a little bit more looking around. I thought this piece was really cool. I wanted to show my ribbons off, and then I ended up closing out the vlog. So I hope you guys liked this little journey. I wanted to show you a few more cute things around the marketplace before I close out, and then I'll show you my haul at the end of the video, so you can see all the different stuff I bought.
I have my LeakyCon haul. We're gonna start with my absolute favorite thing that I got. It is a painting of the Slytherin common room. It was on sale for $40 instead of $50. It literally is, you have the little like giant squid in the background, you have the castle over here, stunning. Obviously, the biggest thing we spent money on was the meetings with Tom Felton, and then Sean Astin and Elijah Wood, and then the dancing instructor for Game of Thrones. So we got pictures of those, so those are gonna get hung up on our wall. I'll put those at the very end. That was obviously the most expensive thing we did. Then I got this little Niffler because I recently got obsessed with Funko Pops. I only have like 6 right now, but I have a feeling it's gonna take over my life. My husband got Hogwarts bathrobe and then also like a horn cup that's made out of like antler. I got this drawing of Tiana as a witch, like in Slytherin. My favorite modern Disney movie, and my house. I saw this and gasped. I got some stickers. I'm not gonna show you those because whatever. Okay, mother, don't look now, okay, because these are your gifts, and she watches all my videos. We got her this French vanilla wizard brew coffee, and then this super cute board that says, "Let the feast begin." Not Harry Potter, but we went to the mall after, and I got this Geralt Funko Pop, and this Mama Odie one. She ended up being $5 at checkout, I don't know how. I'll put the pictures in. Aw, so cute. Precious angels. Look at us. We look like we're in the same family. So with that, we have done all 3 days of LeakyCon Chicago 2023. I hope you had a good time. If you have any questions about the experience, go ahead and write in the comments and I'll answer the best I can. If you want more Harry Potter content, that's all I do on this channel, so go ahead and subscribe. Mischief managed.